It made it. A few days late because the automated system didn't want to leave a message, and I don't answer phone calls from numbers I don't know. But anyway, it's here. Yeah, no, not lifting that way. Let's pop this crate open, huh? Gotta be careful. My beautiful, pristine, fusions right there. You know, my sister, she said, you know, you've been picking up mannerisms from that Derek Bieri guy from Vice Grip Garage. No, I don't see how any of that could happen. Hammer. I mentioned I need to clean my garage. Oh, only for the past year? That was longer than that, actually. Let's see what this paper says. That's me. Economy shipping. Yeah, it was free. I'm sure they roll that in somehow. Uh-oh. This looks like it's going to be easy. Well, heck, I probably could have used my fingernails. That's nice. Let me show you this packaging. They've actually got this bolted down. See that? A strap there and another metal strap here bolting these pieces down. That's pretty cool. Maybe I'm just easily impressed. Yeah, of course the nail's gonna get me. That's okay. Can't see through the bubble wrap, but by the size of it, I'd say maybe that's the pump. Hose. Slide this out now. Yeah. These are the 11-inch extensions. Maybe a 11/16. It looks smaller. 7/8. Okay, by the way, I'm hand turning that. You saw me. I didn't have any, like, I don't think I even needed to use that. Okay. Is there anything back here? Yeah. Okay, so it's a bolt and it's got a nut, but it's not tight. I just caught my finger on another nail. That's why people wear like gloves and stuff. I'm able to turn loose and on both sides. Nice. Probably would have been good to tighten it down a little bit, but hey, again, it did the job. I think. It looks like it's in okay shape. Heat index says 95. The other extension, of course, is supposed to be 97 for a high for the next 3 days in a row. So I'm just going to get it in the garage and come back to it this weekend. It's supposed to rain, which means it should be a little cooler, hopefully. Ooh. Should definitely lift when you're bending over this way, for sure. So each of these lifting pieces is supposed to be 200 pounds, or just about. That seems to check out. I don't know where that came off of. Oh, probably right there. Okay. No obvious damage. Let's flip it. Oh. A little bit of packing grease there too. That's nice. Okay. I think this is to get a little bit more height. It's like that country song. I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. We can get the job done. I just be careful so I'm not sore tomorrow. All right. Last piece is the other lift. I can get under it somewhere. Will that tape pull it, you think? No kidding. Now I'm going to take this with the bubble wrap on. Hose up. Not centered. So we're back out here. Doesn't feel much cooler. It's cooler, but it's more humid. And I know what you're thinking. You lost your box cutter already? It was just 2 days ago. Well, that's what I do. We're going to start unpacking the pump first. Even though we already unpacked that. Whatever. Ooh, gotta be careful. There's cords in there. Mr. Obvious statement number 1 for the day. Well, that's kind of pretty, huh? So we got our controller, power cord, plenty of power cord too. Looks like I'd be able to reach any of the outlets I've got in here. Fluid reservoir, got your sight gauge, reminds you to use number 46, hydraulic oil. Cool. Alright, well, that seems easy enough. And then here's where you plug in your hoses, looks like. Alright. Dummy proof, maybe? We'll test that. Get our first look at those. Pretty heavy. I'm not a welder. Those don't look like the best welds in the world, but I'm sure they'll do fine. All right. These are the little lifting blocks. And these are lifting columns. This is what's going to get you max height. I wonder what these are. I'm betting it's the wheels. Oh, wheels and handles. So one side of them gets the handle, the other side gets the wheels. I don't know why I say these things. I know you know. You ever hear yourself after you say something? One side gets the handles, and one side gets the wheels. Oh, it's so silly. Well, not the most impressive wheels, but we're not trying to do cross-country work with these. But if we did, I think we'd fry these pretty quick. All right. Dare I? With this? Let's be gentle. Hoping. Which side's which, do you think? Do the girls keep letting him out every like 10 minutes? I tell you what, the dog can't get anything done. So on the end here, this side has, looks like, yep. So the side with these, you put your wheels. The other side just has a single hole, which makes sense because your handle, just a single hole. Easy. Even a caveman can do it. Ugh. That's probably insulting to the caveman, actually. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alright. Is this the size? It appears so. No washer. I don't see any washers for this. And then the question is, go this way, or go this way? Should be this way. You barely tip it up to make it engage. I think. I would assume. Dog? Looking for your chipmunk friends? He's always looking for his chipmunk friends. It is humid. Let me get a socket. Really? Well, I guess you can get in there, just barely. Enough. That works. wheels on for that one. Let's see if this one is flipped around. That'd be convenient. I can show you how to do this one without having to turn around or move the camera much. I told my wife the other day I touched some of the grease, the packaging grease on this stuff. I smelled it. Couldn't believe it. It smells just like licorice. Some kind of a licorice. Alright, we got a winner. We'll be able to put the handle on. Handle, yes. So, it looks like does it go this way, or does it go this way, or does it matter? I don't know if it would matter. They line up. Washer. Lock nut. Now we need the right size for that one. Look out, I broke out the good crescent wrench. One that says crescent on it. Is that big enough? Oh yeah. And then it is a 7/8. The other was a 14mm. Handles on. Alright, so do the same thing on that side and that side as we did on this side and that side. Okay. Ready, break. For all but one of my cars, the Mustang's too short, just by like a ½ an inch. But the rest of them have enough clearance that I'm going to put these side by side in the middle. That way I can drive over with the vehicles and then bring them out under the lifting rail. Got to decide, do I want the pull handles on both on that side? You can have it flip-flopped. I think I want to run the hoses. Do I want to run the hoses to the inside or the outside? I guess it depends. Are you working under the vehicle? Then you probably want the hoses on the outside. If you're working on the outside of the vehicle, put them on the inside and then run them to your try out these wheels, shall we? This thing's so heavy. I'm going to scratch the heck out of this paint, I can tell you that. Well, I said I want them on the inside, so I'll leave this. I can tell I'll be getting workouts. So, yeah. Put those on the inside. And then we've got our pumping unit. I'm going to put over here. Which is close enough. I'll really only need to unravel the extension cord a little bit. Boy, they don't mess around. They twist the heck out of this. You only need a couple twists, you know. Good grief, it's just a cord. Oh, yeah, that's gotta be darn near 20-foot cord, 15, 20 feet. Need to fill this up. Dipstick, that's nice. Oh, that fits perfect. I love it when my funnels just fit perfect. I went to Rural King, grabbed me some Providence Premium AW46 hydraulic oil. Alright, let's get this guy, and we gotta watch our glass there. Manuel, 3.8 liters. What the heck is 3.8 liters? Is it about 4 quarts? I don't know. I got 2 gallons here though, so I got a ways to go. Oh, stop that. I'm probably too full there. Oh, here we go. It's starting to come up. And am I going to be too high? Oh boy, I'm close. Get my head down here lower, huh? You too. We are right up there. That ball came right up to the blue line, which is a little closer than I'd like to be, probably. Let's go. A little floaty came back up. It looks like we are where we want to be. Good. Now what? I think we just finger tighten these with that rubber seal there. Don't really need that. Okay. Well, I'll probably never use this for anything else, so maybe I'll just have this with some salad, a little oil, a little vinegar, make a little dressing, huh? Okay. Just get everything greasy. Yep. Everything. You know, it's actually good. I'm sure you know this. It's good to get a little oil on your tools every once in a while. Keeps them protected. All right, hoses. Let me grab this hose over here. And that might, I don't know, that'll work for this side. Should work for that side. Cool. Let's see how easily this goes on. You twist and pull back, or don't pull back at all. Oh my heavens, did you see that? Just, I mean, one-handed here. Click. I love it. I love it. All right. And then I don't know if it matters which is which. Shouldn't. Get it lined up. Click. Nice. Next. Look at this. My heavens. Click. And it's probably we have a little higher on here because I doubt these come pre-filled. So I won't be able to use all that with my salad. I'm sure I'll need to put a little more in as these hoses fill. For your safety stuff. And then it kind of just stopped talking about bleeding. It said air discharge, but then it doesn't really say anything at all. It says go up and down a few times. And I assume we'll see this level drop and probably need to top it off, but it doesn't say that in there. At least not where I was just looking. Alright, cool. Let's try this guy. I know sometimes these don't want to go down. I was reading. They don't go down unless you got a load on them. So I guess with the air maybe, it said unloaded. In case of no load. Okay. It's not over torqued. I don't think you need to adjust anything else. Here we go. Up. And you can see the fluid level dropping. Still not going up over there, so what I'm going to do, go ahead and I need to add more fluid. Close to the top. I could probably leave that there. I don't see why you'd need to have it, unless it needs to be sealed. I don't know, let's try it. Oh, here it goes. And there it goes down. Oh man, I'm so excited. I said do it a few times. Letting it down. There it goes. It's kind of that way where it's like, because there's really no load on it. And down. There we go. Okay. Now let's see where our level is. Right there back at the top. Now I think I'm done. I did it 3 times, which I believe counts. International standard, 3 times is a few, right? Good. I still have plenty left for myself. That's a bad joke. Don't do that, by the way. Somebody's going to be like, oh, yeah, I didn't know you could use hydraulic oil. I guess oil's oil, right? No. All right, I'm happy there. I believe we're ready to use, except that we need to set up our pads. So here we have our pump, all ready, good to go, plugged in just in our standard wall outlet. That is a 20 amp circuit that I've got it on. So if you're wondering what the heck I was doing, we went up so high and it's empty, so I was up here bouncing on it to lower it back down. So that's done. Oh, but I want it down all the way now that we've, oh wait, I was going to put the whole reason for getting it up higher was to put these on. So I think it should probably go oh, look at that. Just take it and then rotate it into place, maybe, question mark. Piece here won't let this come up. It's supposed to come up. I'm sure of that. Maybe if I just like kick it. Hey, look at that. So it's tight, but you kick it. I guess I'd rather it be tight than loose, right? What do you think, sis?
Tight is good, especially when you've got really heavy vehicles, you know.
Well, and now, can I get this so the holes line up? It looks like there's a little bit of overlap. Let's see. we went. So that's good. Okay. So that's how you put those on. It's only getting hotter, folks. There we go. Oh, there's a breeze. Not a huge one, but just enough. So tighten that down and you'd be good to go. I'm not sure if I'll even use these on my vehicles, actually. My truck maybe, but I think everything else I probably wouldn't even use it. But look at this, they're being really consistent with the size 14. 14 millimeter, they are at least being consistent with that. I appreciate that, man. I hate having to run and get different tools. But I'm going to take this off because I don't think anything but our truck would use the extension. It's nice to have it though for those longer vehicles. To unlock it. There we go. And then, oh, I guess this is just to keep it from locking in. Okay. That's what the little swivel doohickey is. It prevents, it keeps it from locking in. Yeah. So when you want to drop it, you flip those over, and then the weight of your vehicle. Good grief. Yeah, don't raise it without, it said so in the instructions. But I wanted it up, by golly, didn't I? I'm playing with this, bouncing on it, sweating. It's getting hot in here. The metal ceiling is radiating heat now. So yeah, don't lift it up all the way. I'm like, I want to try. I read it. Don't do it, or you'll look silly, like us. Try and lower these back down. All right, that's good. It should go the rest of the way. Yay. And if you heard that, that's a lot of fluid back in there. Holy mackerel. There was air in
that
the
was
system.
satisfying.
So if it's doing that, I put some air in the system because I was going up and it emptied the reservoir. So I got some air in my system. Bloop. Are you seeing that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm getting all that dissolved air back out of there. Definitely don't want any air in that system. That's learn from my mistakes. All things that are in the manual, but when they try to convert from or translate from watch your cord. When they try to translate from Chinese to English, some of it's just hilarious. One of them said, if product abnormal, problem in the troubleshooting, if product abnormal, grease the components. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go up a little ways. I'm just trying to work the air out. Satisfying, all that air coming out, you can hear it. still backing up into my funnel. So I could have just overfilled it, which that's fine. All right, we're set up. Let me get these back to where the car will be positioned. A little bit further back. Not getting any cooler, folks. Line those up even. And gonna take some getting used to. Figure out how high to lift it to roll it. All right, now I don't want to have the hoses anywhere near getting run over. So the pressure's off. I can make sure. Hit that down button again. Now I'm gonna disconnect my hoses. Which side? I don't know that it matters, but I don't want to have to go under the car to hook it back up. So I'm gonna disconnect from this side. I'm going to lay them straight back, up out of the way, so I won't run them over. And they'll be easy to get to hook back up once the car is over and the jacks are pulled back out under the frame rails. And then all my leftover hardware that I didn't use, right there. We're ready to bring the vehicle in. Ford Fusion today. Hot in that car. Room I have. All about an inch. Actually, I can come forward about an inch. All right. So, old ugly girl's in here. Lower to the ground. Holy mackerels. That's hot. Can I get them in there? No. I can't get these little lifting blocks in there. Almost. Oh, so close. I mean, it's so close. Ah, there, wedged it in. Like, literally wedged it in there. I'll show you. All right, so here's what it looks like. Those little blocks just barely fit in there. So our little Fusion just barely makes it. We'll get you sit back up in the tripod here. All right, I'm gonna have to fish it, or it won't go all the way back. Here we go. Plug it back up. Okay. You step out away from it for safety. First time really lifting with it. Here we go. before it really raises it, I'm going to double check that I'm on good lifting points. Nothing moved. Good, good. Up, up, and away. It's got all the weight on it. It slowed down. Let's see. They're doing the thing and the stuff, huh? I'll be checking my reservoir over there, make sure I don't run it dry. It's low. It's low on fluid, so I'm going to go ahead and lower this down a little bit. I see a drip over there. That's not good. Yeah. Our fluid reservoir is just about empty though. Tell you that worries me a little because I filled it. Heck, I overfilled it. Also, this side is not lifting evenly, so there's probably air. That side is way higher, so there's got to be air getting in. Air will compress, whereas the fluid won't. I need to lower this down. This car is completely sideways right now. So this is why you don't want to let air in your lines. I bet you air got on this side over here and it's compressed. The fluid's not compressing, obviously. So setup, crucial. This is not good. Kind of precarious. Don't really like it. Come on, let it down. Come on, daggone it, let it down. Oh, this side let it down all the way. All the way. Come on. Come on, let it down. So this side is completely on the ground. Trials and tribulations, folks. How do I get this side down? Oh, it's safety locked. It must have safety locked in. Yeah. Which means I'm going to have a fun time getting it down. How do you get it down? Again, if I try to go up higher, this thing's going to... Well, first of all, let's fill that. Starting to think this is a bad spot for the pump. There, it's filled up. See, it's wanting to tip it more. Like, how do I... Can you disconnect the other hose, maybe? Now it's starting to come up on this side. Let's disconnect, pop those on that side to let it down. Needs to go up a little more for the back one. Heard it click. want this side to be able to go down. Should do that now. Level this guy out. It's making me nervous, all crooked. Come on. Let it down. And see that good? It's starting to level it out. Oh man. That was a little bit alarming, wasn't it? Having it go whoop. So we're just gonna let that go all the way down. All right, we're down. Double check my blocks. They're still where I want them. I moved a little bit. Well, we're down all the way. Our fluid is high. Now keep an eye on that fluid this time. Here we go. Are we going at the same rate? I don't know what's different. We must have bled some air out. Going up higher. Because we're going up the same rate. Let's keep going, see what happens. I heard the first safety lock click in. We're still raising straight. Yay. Watching my little ball level. It's at the low end, but it's still got fluid there. I'm about as high as I need it for my job, but I want to go a little higher just to see it do it. Add a little more fluid. When you're all the way up, you should be at the low level. I'm getting used to it. All right, so it's still kind of toward the bottom. It's just at the top of the red line. The little red ball is at the top of the red line. So we're gonna go higher. Click, click. Click, click. So I've got all four are locked in the next level. So if I wanted it here, I could actually let it drop now and it'll hold it there. And I think that's probably where I would want it. Can I go higher? My ball is now below the red line, so I need to add fluid. A little bit more fluid. So the ball's floating again, but it's still at the red line, or just barely below it. So I should be able to go a little bit more. The ball just hit about the bottom. I'll put a little bit more fluid in. Any second now. The front two just went, and it just topped out. Yeah. So now it clicked in. I can lower. I just took all the pressure off, but all four locks are in place. You're supposed to hold it down for a few seconds after to let the pressure out. Now, it's got the safety locks, but in their manual, as like a cover their butt, they do say, hey, once you've got in position, put your jack stands in first, then lower onto those, and then you can remove these. But for me, if I'm doing a quick job, I'll probably rely on those safety locks. And then, still probably throw jack stands under there as an extra safety. Sweat in the eyes, folks. So I'll probably put jack stands under as an extra safety, but I probably won't remove it because I'll be doing quick jobs for the most part. But if you were going to have it up for a while, if you're doing a lot of work and you needed to get those out of your way, and you'd lift it, jack stands, lower it to the jack stands, and then get them out of your way. But that gets it pretty good way off the ground. Let me show you, give you a walk around here. So we're up there. To give you a reference, my foot is 12 inches, so that tire is what, 8 inches off the ground right there? Plus suspension travel. Yeah, she's up. And as far as, this is a mid-size sedan, and I'm just going to show you. Here's me. Here's it. We're about the same height right now. I'm a little, maybe just an inch or two taller. So we're up off the ground. And now that I've relieved the pressure, I can disconnect these two. I just pop right off. And that way I don't step on them or whatever. So I can just put them over here if I'd like. Oh my heavens. And now I'm ready to work. Here's that level. You can see the ball kind of low there. And as I lowered it onto the safety mechanism, it came back up. So that's pretty good. Now I'm worried when I let all that fluid out, when I let this all the way back down, it's probably gonna want to come out the top. So I'll have that funnel positioned or loosen that top bolt there and capture it again if I'm going all the way up. We'll see. And then here again are your safety locks. So when they're locked in, this piece is going to be right touching on here. And then this, when you go up, you'd have to flip it so it would allow you to go down. That's your safety lock. Whew, if you hit that hard enough, it would potentially be able to pop out of there. That's one reason they're like, yeah. I mean, the fluid in the lines will help some. It's not going to come slamming down, but you know, if it's been up there a while, the pressure maybe is down. You'd be relying on this. So jack stands, if you're going to have it up for more than a minute, probably be a good idea. Ooh, look at that tire. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Well, I hope this helped. Obviously, I don't know what I'm doing until I do it. Not rehearsed. And yeah, I can keep working on this. You can see my radiator just kind of hanging out there. Yeah, it's hanging out. And look at that fix. Have a good one.